Fasten your seatbelts, boys and girls, because we're about to talk financial freedom and how you can fast track your way to it today. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I have an amazing concept for you guys, and that concept is financial freedom. Now, before I start sounding like an infomercial or some kind of fake guru, I want to just let you know that I am on my own personal financial freedom journey, and I want to let you know exactly what financial freedom is, what the steps are to get to financial freedom, and exactly where I am on my own personal journey. So if you stick around to the end of this video, you will learn a whole bunch of tips on how to fast track your way to financial freedom, because I'm giving you a window into my life of all of the mistakes that I've made, all the successes that I've had, and exactly how I got to the point that I am today, so you can get to your own financial freedom as quickly as possible. Let's get started. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Centennial Investor. I am your host, Anthony McLemore. If you want to know a little bit more about me and this channel, I like to talk about side hustles, real estate investing, making money online, and of course, stock market investing. So this particular video has been on my to-do list for quite a while, and I kind of put off making it because I was making other content about stock market investing, and I never really saw a right time to get this video recorded. But I thought, as a new channel and as someone who is new on their financial freedom journey, it will be important to allow a window into my life so other people can use my own personal experiences in order to fast track their own way to financial freedom. But I don't want to drag the introduction on too long, so let's get right into the 6 steps of financial freedom. The very first step of financial freedom is smashing that like button, because it really helps out small YouTubers like me, and I really appreciate it so much. So if you think that you will find any sort of valuable content in this video, or if you think that you may learn something that you have not learned before, it really means so much to me if you just click that like button for free, no cost at all, free 99, and just help your boy out on his YouTube channel. But back to the 6 steps to financial freedom. Before we get to step 1, we have to get to step 0. And that is because step 0 to financial freedom is dependence. Now, in the dependent stage of your financial freedom journey, you are spending more money than you are making. Basically, you are dependent on others to supplement your income for you to be able to live on a month-to-month basis. Now, let me throw a quick disclaimer out here right about now and say that none of these stages or none of these steps to financial freedom are inherently bad. It's just to let you know your own roadmap to get to where you are, to where you want to be in the future. So while I may give some commentary about each stage and how you can quickly get to the next stage, don't think that just because you are at a certain stage that you can't quickly reach financial freedom faster than many other people who are even trying. It just takes a lot of discipline and a lot of effort on your part to get control of yourself financially in order to reach financial freedom. But going back to stage 0, this is commonly the stage where a lot of college kids are, especially high school kids. So if you watch my videos and you're between the ages of 13 to 18, you're probably in the stage 0 dependent stage, because you may not make enough income to supplement your lifestyle entirely, meaning that you don't pay your own housing bill, you don't pay your own cell phone bill, you don't have complete control of your own finances to live independent monetarily from others. Now, I think the best way to get from stage 0 to the next stage is to increase your income. Now, this may sound kind of obvious, but with many of these stages, I'll talk about how to decrease your expenses or how to invest as much as you can. But especially with this early stage, you need to make enough money in order to provide for yourself before you can even think about financial freedom, because there's no way you can invest money if you're running a deficit in your bank account every single month. I hope that makes sense. So my number 1 recommendation for this is that if you already have a job, then try a part-time job like Uber Eats or Postmates. I've done both of these things in the past, and I made a pretty good amount of money doing these. Or you can take online surveys like I do right now on MTurk, and since starting MTurk, I've made over $800 to $900, with it ranging to about $30 to $40 per month. Now, I know this may not sound like a ton of money, but when you're just going to start on your financial freedom journey, any amount of income increase will absolutely help you get to the next stage. Now, speaking of the next step, let's go to step 1 of your financial freedom journey, and that is solvency. So in the solvency stage, your income is equal to your expenses. So this is different from the last stage where your expenses are greater than your income, but in this stage, your income is equal to your expenses, meaning that whatever money you bring in, you're automatically pushing that money out in terms of expenses. Now, this doesn't have to be all in bills or all in rent or anything like that. This could absolutely mean that you are spending unnecessarily on things like materialistic things like shoes and car notes and other things that don't really require you to spend that much money, but you still are spending that much money. Now, I had a comment in one of my recent videos that I do this a lot when I'm talking, and it's really weird. So I'm going to try not to do this as much as I can and try to keep my arms very free and moving. I don't know why I do that. It's kind of weird. I only do it with my right hand. But let's get back to the video. I think the best way to get out of the solvency stage is to decrease your expenses. So while your income is equal to your expenses, if you are spending unnecessarily on things that you really don't need on a month-to-month basis, there's basically money that you're taking away from your future self and saying, no, I don't want to be financially free earlier in life. I don't care to retire earlier. It's okay if I retire later. And for people on the financial freedom journey, they want to retire as soon as possible and get control of their life as soon as possible because they are ready to enjoy their glory years and travel the world as soon as possible. I really hope this makes sense. So the things that you can do to cut your expenses is to find unnecessary subscriptions that you have that you really don't need. Stop spending money on miscellaneous items that you really don't need. And overall, just try to cut back the fat on your spending. This leads me to step number 2 of your financial freedom journey, which is stability. And in this stability stage, you have established an emergency fund. You have also repaid all of your consumer debts like credit cards, auto loans, and things like that. And also you have some money left over in surplus at the end of each and every month. So basically, this is the stage where you start to feel financially comfortable. You're not really free because you still have to work to pay all of your expenses, but you're not really stressed out at the end of each month because you know you have enough money saved up to cover you for at least 2 to 3 or even sometimes 6 months in the future. And if I'm being entirely honest, this is probably the stage where I am at right now. I'm probably at the tail end of this stage, entering into stage 4. But right now I have an emergency fund set up and I have an investment account that can cover about 6 months of my expenses. And I think the best way to get into this stage and get out of this stage is to save as much as possible. So while you're cutting back the fat on your last stage in order to get to stage 2, and this stage you really want to save as much as possible in order to have that large emergency fund so you don't have to stress out at the end of each month. And what you do with that surplus money that you have at the end of each month is what will lead you right into step number 3. Before I say that, I know I have been using the word stage and step interchangeably in this video, and that's because a few months ago I wrote a blog article on the CentennialInvestor.com, and the title of the article was the 6 stages of financial freedom. So during this video, I look back at the article to get my reference points, and sometimes it says stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and I typically say that without thinking about it in the video. So if I say stage 1 or stage 2 or step 1 and step 2, it's pretty much the same thing. I just use the words interchangeably. But back to the video. The third step to get into financial freedom is agency. Now this is a huge step to reach because the agency step is the final survival stage of financial freedom. In this step, you eliminate all of your debts, including your mortgages and student loans, which didn't really qualify in the last step. And at the end of this step, you have enough money invested and saved up that you could quit your job if you wanted to. Now this is why I put myself at the end of stage 3 and entering into stage 4, because I don't really have enough money saved up to where I can say, okay, adios, I don't want to work anymore. I actually got a new job very recently and I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to be working for a bank. I don't know how much I can actually reveal about my banking job right now, but I'm just happy to let y'all know that your boy is actually working and this has not slowed me down one bit. So hopefully I have a little bit more money to fund my challenges that I have going on YouTube right now, which is the 0 to 10K race that I have going on between Robinhood and WeBull and growth investing and dividend investing. If you want to check out that challenge, I will leave a link in the description. I should just make a playlist of all the videos, but I'll leave a link in the description talking about all of them. So because I am in the stage 3, stage 4 setup right about now, I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of advice on how to get past it, but I am going to give you advice how to get to it, and that's to save and invest as much as possible. But the next 2 stages are the big stepping stones into financial freedom, and I'm just going to give you a definition of them and theoretically how to reach these stages, because obviously I haven't reached them yet, but I do feel like I have studied them enough to where I can give you a good unbiased and educational viewpoint on how to reach the stages and how to get to financial freedom as quickly as possible. It's actually 3 more stages. I'm sorry, I can't count, obviously. So it's 3 more stages. So stage 4 is security. So in stage 4, you have enough money in your investment account to cover your basic needs. So this to me means that at a 4% withdrawal rate, you are able to withdraw enough money each year to cover your basic needs like housing, transportation, and food. This doesn't include your miscellaneous spending from your investment accounts, but if you had to live on the bare minimum each and every month, that your investment account will be able to fund your entire lifestyle without you having to touch the principal on that money. This is not saying, oh, I spend $50,000 every year and I have $50,000 saved, because after 1 year you will die because you don't have any more money left to spend. No, this means that you have enough money to withdraw 4% of your investments to where you can withdraw $50,000 and still have your principal amount still in your investment account. So this is the security stage. You don't have enough money to live lavishly or live very freely because you would still have to budget very greatly if you were to live on this income alone. But this is also a huge stage of financial freedom because you don't have to worry about your basic needs being met on a month-to-month basis. And once you have this, you can then catapult yourself into stage number 5, and that stage is finally independent. So stage 5 of financial independence states that your investments cover all of your spending, all of your current spending, I should say. Meaning that whatever you are able to live on today, you didn't have enough money in your investment account to cover your expenses. So let's use me for example. Currently, my annual expenses are about $55,000 to $60,000 per year, give or take. So to do a little bit of quick math, if I only want to withdraw about 4% from my investment account and I spend $60,000 per year because I have a family, me and my fiance and child, and I need $60,000 per year, the amount of money that I would need in my investment account to be financially independent is $1.5 million. And theoretically, once I have that $1.5 million invested, I would never have to touch that investment principal and I will be able to live off of the gains from it year over year. But that is not the final stage because in financial freedom, we want freedom. We don't want independence. We want to be free. We want to have the ability to travel the world if we want. We want to be able to do whatever we want to do. So that leads me to the last stage, which is the stage of abundance. So in this stage, your investment portfolio allows you to live the lifestyle that you've always wanted and then some. You have enough money to contribute to charities. You have enough money to do whatever you want to do with the freedom that you will always be financially secure. Now, this is the goal for a ton of people and it means different things to many people. So for me personally, financial freedom is to be able to have enough investment income to have about at least 3 times my annual expenses. So if I spend about $60,000 to $70,000 per year, I want to have about $180,000 to $210,000 coming in from my investment portfolio. So I already did the math on that, and that just have about $3 to $5 million invested in some form or another to have that income coming in on a monthly basis. Now, those are the 6 stages of financial freedom. I am not some kind of financial advisor or expert on this topic. I am simply a 21-year-old who is sharing their opinions on the internet like many other people. But if you found some kind of value in this video and you learned something that you did not know before, then please hit your boy with that like button because it will really help push my videos up in the YouTube algorithm and it will really mean so much to me personally. Now, before I end this video, I want to do a quick note about WeBull. And on WeBull, I don't know if a lot of people have this brokers, but they're having a super deal to where if you sign up and deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks. And that free stock is somewhere between $2 and $1,400 of value. Now, I was a little bit skeptical about this at first, but I can actually say that I did receive my free stocks and I'm going to go look at them right now. So if I go to my profile and I go to free stocks, you can see that I have had 5 free stocks so far and they're all worth over $11. So I had Levi twice. No, I had Levi 4 times and a share snap once. And this all totaled up equals a little bit over $50 to $60. So if you have not signed up to WeBull already and you want to get 2 free stocks for depositing $100, click the link in the description below. I may also put a comment on it and you'll be able to get almost $20 to $25 worth of free stocks. Now, this isn't promised. You could get as little as $4, but that would still be a great way to start off your investing journey. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content about me or my dividend versus growth investing challenge, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell because I will be posting a new video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around 3 to 5 p.m. But that's all I have for you today, guys. And until next time, guys, peace.